Sigma men are logical thinkers by nature. Instead of relying solely on emotion, they prefer to use logic and reason to make sense of the world. But you may say certain things to a Sigma man that will set him off. It can be challenging for those on the outside to know exactly what they should and shouldn't say to a Sigma guy because of how aloof and cryptic their behavior can be. Of course, every guy is unique, but there are several topics you should avoid discussing with a Sigma male entirely. Here is the bloke box guide of things you should never say to a Sigma guy to assist you in coping with the Sigma males you encounter. Hurry up. Being lone wolves, Sigmas are simple to identify by the way they operate. They enjoy working alone and will use any justification to complete a collaborative activity. Working independently gives them the freedom to go at their own pace, which is crucial for a Sigma male to produce his finest work. When working hard, it's preferable to let Sigmas do it at their own pace rather than rushing them, because doing so would only irritate them and make it harder for them to complete the task at hand. Sigmas don't respond well to time constraints and pressures. How's the weather? It may seem like everyone puts up with informal small talk like the weather, the weekend, or what you had for lunch, but Sigma males are less likely to do so. Sigmas aren't usually interested in participating in small talk like this. They are naturally deep thinkers who prefer to engage in thoughtful and in-depth discussions than dancing about unsubstantiated, shallow topics. It's recommended to skip the small talk while speaking with a Sigma male and dive right into a topic you both find interesting. Speak up. Sigmas are naturally introverted personality types, which means they don't enjoy being the focus of attention. A Sigma male prefers to hang out on the periphery and take more of an observer role, even though his cool and collected demeanor could make it appear like he should be more extroverted. It's best to just let a Sigma guy select when and how he wants to engage in social contacts and participate in the conversation rather than trying to pull him out of his alleged shell by encouraging him to speak up. Don't do that. Male Sigmas are ferociously independent as well as extremely motivated. Being told what to do is one of the things people most dislike in life. This is a result of their in-depth thought processes and extensive self-reflection. As a result, they have an accurate and clear understanding of their talents, and they detest it when people make snap judgments about them based on their incomplete knowledge of them. A Sigma male is likely to be even more likely to do something if you try to prevent him from doing it. What's the matter? Sigma males prefer to be independent and don't frequently seek support or advice from those around them. While asking someone else what's wrong is typically a show of good faith and an encouragement to open up, Sigma guys frequently don't respond well to that query. Sigmas are fully aware of their inner circle of trustworthy individuals, and if they do encounter an issue, they will almost certainly turn to these peers first rather than a total stranger. Asking a Sigma guy for his secrets could seem like a kind gesture, but don't be surprised if you don't get much of a response. Tell me a bit about yourself. Sigma males are notorious for preferring to keep to themselves. They make no effort to stand out and have little interest in establishing a sense of popularity. Sigma guys don't enjoy queries that try to fit them into a categorical description of themselves. Instead, they share what they want to share, when they want to share it. They are complicated individuals, therefore asking them to sum themselves up would probably get a limited response. In general, it's better to let a Sigma male reveal who he is through his conduct than to make simplistic assumptions about him. It's not your type of thing. Because of their complicated and varied ways of thinking, Sigmas frequently have a wide variety of interests and pastimes. The variety of interests held by Sigma males is frequently somewhat unexpected. It's best to avoid making these kinds of assumptions because knowing one side of a Sigma male doesn't mean you can predict his other side. You assume that you are familiar with all facets of a Sigma male's complicated mentality when you say, "Oh, it's not your kind of stuff." A Sigma guy is the only one who truly knows himself, and he is typically the only authority who can foretell what he will or won't appreciate. Let it go. Sigma guys are incredibly concentrated and driven people. Before committing to anything, they thoroughly analyze their aims, and when it comes to attaining their goals, they frequently exhibit traits of perfectionism. Sigma men don't like to accept no for an answer and are firm believers in rising back up after being knocked down. To advise a Sigma guy to abandon his aspirations simply because he has had a setback would be to add insult to injury. Sigma guys are self-aware enough to comprehend that they can typically overcome any challenge. Brighten up. Sigma guys frequently don't have a propensity of projecting their emotions publicly because they are not the most gregarious of beings. Instead, individuals often want to keep their emotional state a private matter. This can occasionally have the unintentional effect of making the Sigma appear emotionless, or frigid to the outside world. People frequently mistake the Sigma's stoic demeanor for being grouchy or unhappy about something, and all too frequently Sigmas are advised to brighten up or smile more. As a result, this is unnecessary because it's likely that the Sigma is completely satisfied, he's just keeping his feelings to himself. You're overthinking. The thoroughness with which Sigma guys consider everything is well known. When speaking with a Sigma man, it is immediately apparent that they are highly thoughtful before speaking and enjoy looking at a subject from all potential angles. This extremely analytical mindset may come out as overthinking to some, and Sigma males are frequently advised to quit doing so. But this is a misconception because it's in the character of the Sigma man and not anything he can control. You'll never make that happen. When a Sigma guy decides they want to accomplish anything, you can usually count on them to see it through to completion since they are driven and concentrated. They prefer to give their objectives great thought and avoid jumping into situations before determining the best course of action. For the well-calculated Sigma man, what may seem impossible or unrealistic to observers is frequently well within reach. It's better not to try to talk a Sigma male out of doing something because you'll probably simply end up being incorrect in the end. You should get out more often. As we've already mentioned, Sigma males aren't exactly recognized as the most sociable individuals. They act outside of the confines of the conventional dynamics of the social hierarchy, which sets them apart from the rest of society. Instead, they are lone wolves that decide to follow their ways and stay by themselves. Of course, they can enjoy social connections, but they are quite selective about when they socialize and frequently do so in little doses. It's better to avoid attempting to persuade a Sigma guy to engage in more social activities because it's likely he won't find it enjoyable. A Sigma male tends to only attend events that he is certain he will enjoy. Do as you're told. One of the best-known characteristics of the Sigma male is his absolute dedication to his independence. Sigma males hate being told what to do, and spend much of their lives doing whatever they can to avoid the paralysis of conforming. They have no interest in popularity, pleasing others, or hopping onto trends. There's nothing more aggravating to a Sigma male than being instructed on what to do, and is one of the top ways you can be sure to annoy him. Sigma males perform best when left to their own devices, and don't mesh well with overbearing figures of authority. To get the best results out of a Sigma male, it's wise to leave him be and hold off telling him to do as he's being told to.